Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My at hotel. Namaste. I think I skipped one, didn't I? Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I am your sister with the curly braids, Vicki Dillard, and I've just popped in late on you real quick because I want to give you some breaking news. I have been slammed all day, family, but I wanted to tap in with you just really quick. How are you all doing? Hopefully I'll start to see my chat pop up here in just a moment, family. Your sister with the curly braids had to come to you live and direct for just a few moments late, family. Of course, I have a little bit of a ritual, beloved, that as you come in, be sure to come in, give us a big thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and be sure to share, okay? On the count of three, if you haven't, on the count of three, come on in and hit that thumbs up button and share. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share. Share. Thank you so very much, family, for tapping in with me late tonight, coming to the family for just a brief few moments. Looks like I'm seeing a couple of people come on in, family. Thank you so much for hitting that thumbs up button, beloved family. Let me get to a little bit of the breaking news and why I wanted to talk to you just very quickly. I see my sister, Miss Sharifa. I mean now, yes, my soul sister. And Seer, beloved, I wanted to just talk to you very briefly, family, about a little bit of breaking news. Perhaps some of you have heard some of this before, and someone mentioned a bit ago that Vicki has been right a lot about concerning these old men. Well, yes, and it was absolutely predictable, some of this, but what I wanted to share with you is this particular headline. Of course, family, this is what's rumored now. Of course, we are going to be standing by to see what's going to happen. In the meantime, I lost mine. Okay, is this it? You know how you have something set up and then all of a sudden they start playing with stuff. Talk black to me, somebody. Okay, family, this is the brief headline I want you to see really quick. This is something that's happening, and I'm seeing a lot of this all over social media now, some of the rumors, and there's a whole lot of pressure on Joe Biden right now to drop out. Just so you know, this is from Raw Story, but it's not just from Raw Story, beloved. In the article, you'll see where one of the sources is from Axios, and of course, I checked this out on some other sources where I was reading through some of the other articles very quickly, but I wanted to briefly talk to you about this one, and what in the world does this have to do with us, the Black grassroots. So y'all listen, I see you, family. Thank you all so much for joining me really late tonight. I just wanted to pop in with some very interesting news really quick, okay? You all know we who are the Black grassroots have been controlling the narrative. Yes? You all know they can't do nothing with us. You all know that they have pretended that we haven't existed, but they have in private been plotting against us to censor us, to blunt our momentum, to try to discredit some of us. And one of the ways that they try to blunt our momentum, in addition to some of their agreements that they have with some of these different platforms, beloved, they call upon people that still believe in the old dead system like the Democrat Party and some of their little raggedy bootlets and stuff. Are y'all hearing me today? So they call upon them, raise them up, and act like somehow that they're credible voices, people that most of us don't even know. Where did these people even come from? And some of these folks are not even from the United States, which unfortunately, I hate to say this, but it's the truth. Sometimes our people in the United States prefer such folks. Why? Because they don't have that energy of foundational Black Americans. Because folks are coming to the United States, they're concerned about their visas and their paperwork, so they'll accept anything, including our oppression, and be willing to be complicit with our open enemies against us. So y'all hearing me today? They know that they cannot, they don't have to really worry about immigrants, many of the immigrants coming from other countries to be allies with us, because they know all they have to do is threaten them with the paperwork. And if you're fleeing your country because you think the United States is much better, then you just think those of us who are still striving for justice, you think we're troublemakers. You want us to go sit down and count our blessings somewhere. Don't worry about the little oppression and stuff. Be glad for the little mundane stuff in life and go hush. That's not us. Talk black to me, somebody. Are y'all hearing me today? Talk black to me, somebody. So everybody, be sure to come on in real quick. Hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. Okay, you look good. Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you all for your kind compliments. And thank you so much for sharing the broadcast really quick. Listen to a little bit of what they're saying. Are y'all listening? Some of the breaking news before I get into something I just wanted to quickly say because it's late, beloved. So I'm going to do my best to keep it short. You know, look at how often I say that, but for real, it's late, so I'm gonna do my best to cut it short. But look at this headline again. I want you all to see what's going on here. It says Biden is resigned to dropping out and could do so as soon as this weekend, says report. Again, family, you all know how fluid breaking news is. Whenever folks are talking from behind the scenes, whenever folks are saying different things, you all know that with breaking news, it's subject to change quickly. But I wanted to briefly bring this to you and tell you what's being said so far. Are you listening? Keeping in mind things that I talked about before. Are y'all listening? President Joe Biden is acknowledging behind closed doors he may have no choice but to exit the race and could do so as soon as this weekend, according to Axios. So this is one of the people that was a publication. Axios is one of the sources that this particular publisher is quoting. It goes on. This comes after weeks of public and private panic from various Democratic leaders that began snowballing with Biden's low-energy debate stumble against former President Donald Trump in Atlanta last month. Biden has repeatedly stated he has no intention of leaving the race and has worked to reassure allies and donors of his fitness to continue with a blitz of public events and interviews. And on Thursday morning, Biden's campaign reiterated the president's commitment to standing for election against Trump in November. But it's been to little effect. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi have both worked behind the scenes in recent days to try to nudge him out. It also comes as Biden is isolated at home in Delaware. Would anybody like to guess real quick why Biden is isolating in Delaware before I tell you why? In fact, I'm fixing to go to this other piece that I had ready for you so I can show you this headline. Why some of you all, please give me your educated guess. Can somebody please tell me why y'all think that his funny looking self is isolating at home in Delaware? Talk black to me, somebody. Can somebody please tell me right now, why is Joe Biden at home in bed? Can somebody tell me why is Joe Biden at home? Somebody said hospice. Lord, today y'all crazy. You got it right, Tino. You got it right, Tino. You got it right, Tino. Watch this. What did Tino say? And this was all knowable. This is all predictable. But I'm making a point, several points. This is from USA Today's headline. What does that headline say, family? This is from less than 24 hours ago, family. All this is happening at the same time. Are y'all listening? Look at this. Let me show you how propaganda works and why media is a part of warfare. Y'all see this? Now, they talking about he just tested positive for COVID, right? They was talking about how strong he was, a big old stallion and stuff. The man that was falling up and down the stairs out of his mind, this stallion. Remember, they just heard from his doctor that just came out talking about, you know, that basically he's a spring chicken and stuff. Paraphrasing, y'all understand. Is that right? Now they want to hit us with this news and tell us, whoops. Oh, he's isolating at home from COVID and stuff. Now, you all know the doctor's a lie. The press secretary is a lie. Joe Biden is a lie. His wife, Dr. Jill, is a lie. Family, why in the hell would he be already at home in Delaware isolating? Yo, family, the article don't say this. This is your sister with the curly braids saying this. Ninja, I thought you know what's supposed to be at the White House. The hell is he at Delaware for? Why is he in Delaware? Nothing is up in Delaware but the credit card machines and stuff. Companies. Somebody answer this question for me. Why is Joe Biden isolating at home in Delaware if they weren't already playing tricks and plotting stuff? Joe Biden's doctor the other day didn't see no signs of COVID in him, on him. Do you all see why they lie to us and they scheme with other institution people and entities? Watch this. And other, yes, hidden forces, other shadow forces, like all of those transnational, I'm gonna call them type companies that was trying to demand that we take the shot or lose your job, lose your home. Now, listen to a little bit of this. Y'all see how I'm lacing all these liars? Do y'all see how they be scheming against the public and y'all be sitting up here listening to them and believing them? President Biden tests positive for COVID, taking him off the campaign trail during Ninja. You was never on no trail. What is you talking about trail? When was Joe Biden on a trail? Joe Biden was never on the campaign trail. The article just told us what the article say. The previous article, okay, watch this. Biden tested positive following an event Wednesday in Las Vegas while Press Secretary Kareem Jean-Pierre, what does it say? In Las Vegas, White House Press Secretary Kareem Jean-Pierre said in a statement, he is vaccinated and boosted and he's experiencing mild symptoms. Okay, how many of them told us, include Joyce Reed, Don Lemonade, Roland and all the rest of them trying to coerce us into taking the shot? But how is the president of the United States got the shots, got to triple the boosters and stuff? How many of y'all remember his wife had COVID a bunch of times? Now, how many of y'all remember when they said they tested Jill Biden sometime back? People was coming out lying talking about Joe Biden was good. He didn't have it. Now the articles is slipping up talking about, oh, he did have it one time or two before. I thought they told us in the beginning of the COVID, it's supposed to stop the stuff. Remember, they did hit pieces on me, publications on me. A publication did a hit piece on me. I was censored. They were shutting down some of my content on multiple platforms because of this. Watch this. Y'all listening? Biden will return to his home in Delaware where he will self-isolate, Jean-Pierre said. The White House will provide regular updates on the president's status as he continues to carry out the full duties of the office while in isolation. If y'all don't see this was applied, you look like a beautiful fornicating Jezebel. Okay, beloved, I believe in all of that. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, whoever just said that. I'm going to leave it alone. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. By the way, if you all don't understand that this was a whole plot the whole time, that they had long planned this trick so that they could give the torch over to their girl, y'all don't play with it. Remember what Kamala said? Remember that video footage they got of Kamala when she was out there on the golf course? What did Kamala say? We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. Remember, she was supposed to be the black hope, the black mixed up hope and stuff. None of that was working. They told Joe then, hey, look, Kamala, they don't want you right now. Joe Biden is the strongest, most convincing racist of all the Democrats, so we got to run him for sure because, you know, white folks only trust somebody that's got a good, strong, racist, Jim Crow lynching streak in them. You got to get that energy of a white supremacist off to make sure we can get past the finish line. So we're going to keep him pumped up on whatever dope, respirators, or anything else we got to do to keep this fool alive. And from the jump, Joe Biden was never doing no regular press conferences. His whole administration. I told y'all that. He wasn't even coming out. They said we're going to cover everything. How many of y'all remember some months ago I did a broadcast showing y'all how he made a fool of himself when he was talking to international press? Now they admitting he at home. Derek, your cash app is blessed 1,000-fold. Now they admitting he at home in bed. Joe prophesied long time ago he was going to bed.
You know, there's that one of my staff members said, remember the famous song, you know, Good Morning Vietnam? Well, good evening, Vietnam.
Family, this is from September of last year. Are y'all listening? How many of y'all remember your sister with the curly braids showing y'all this? He was at a press conference in the Vietnamese capital of Hanoi after 2 days at a G20 summit in New Delhi, India. What did Joe tell the whole world?
Back in America.
At an important global meeting, what did Joe Biden tell the world out of the country?
But I don't think it's a crisis relating to conflict between China and the United States. As a matter of fact, I think it's less likely to cause that kind of conflict. I just think that there are other things on leaders' minds, and they respond to what's needed at the time. And look.
Wait a minute, y'all, wait for it. Who brought this to y'all a long time ago? I know people don't like to watch international news, and why is Vicki talking about internet? This is why I got to keep up with the international news. Before Joe Biden did that disastrous debate with Donald Trump, before these last several flubs, thank you, Eunice. Eunice said you did, Vicki. Didn't I play this? What did I play for you? That this was a clip from last year, right? What did he say? Watch it. Joe gonna prophesy what he finna do. What he doing now?
Nobody likes having celebrated international meetings if you don't know what you want at the meeting. If you don't have a game plan. He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
So when Joy Reid was cussing us out after the State of the Union, after the debate, all that, when all the other media was somebody he's strong, and I'm telling y'all, he's telling us he going to bed. He told us last year. A few months ago, it bothered me so much. I said, I know the family don't be wanting to hear this, but family, what did he say again? Where did I tell you he was at? He was at the Vietnamese capital in Hanoi. After a G20 summit in New Delhi, India, what did he tell the international leaders of the whole wide world last year?
On leaders' minds, and they respond to what's needed at the time. And look, nobody likes having celebrated international meetings if you don't know what you want at the meeting. If you don't have a game plan. He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
I'm going to bed. His international address in Hanoi, Vietnam. G20 meeting. So he in bed now. Why is he in bed? After the Democrats, Joy Reid, all in which my thing is, I think that all the mainstream media, cable companies, and them other big voices, including the government, need to be sued for lying to us about COVID. Y'all remember when they lied to us, putting out misinformation? So the reason why they keep using terms like misinformation about us, disinformation, notice how they keep using those two variances of words. They say, oh, this disinformation. Then it's misinformation. The reason why they mixing up stuff is because they know we telling the truth. But when you tell the inconvenient truth, they throw out, oh, it's misinformation. It's disinformation because it diss us. It's misinformation or it's disinformation this time because we look like liars right now. And we don't want folks like Vicki Dillard who use a laptop and a cell phone in alternative media spaces. We don't want her to look legitimate. The powers that be already don't want her having no credibility. We already call her crazy and loud and bamming the gavel and stuff. So we can't look like we was wrong about this COVID stuff. We can't look like she's got a point about the political technology going on. Are y'all listening to me? Back to this. He got COVID stuff. He's vaccinated and boosted. Biden will return to his home in Delaware where he was self-isolated. How many of y'all know that don't make no sense? No, they had already planned for him to be in Delaware. They just said they're going to tell the press he tested positive for COVID after just having his doctor give him a fresh bill of health. Somebody, BB said, play that again. Child, I can't hardly take it. Can you? BB said, play it again. Y'all, this for y'all. Last time.
If you don't have a game plan, he may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Last year, September 2023. Now, when I brought it to you all some months ago, and I told y'all what he was doing, everybody was playing dumb. Now, all of a sudden, the media, the Democrats coming out to my, oh, we pressured him. Now the media is leaking to my Obama behind the scenes, but Obama behind the scenes, privately pressuring Joe Biden to quit. No, this was the plan the whole time. The whole time. That's why we tell y'all it's an illegitimate system. So when they demand that you go out and vote, that's so that it'll look like it has some semblance of authority and credibility. But if you withdraw from it, and we start to build with each other, and we start to put pressure on it, then we'll be able to actually prove in no limit of time that this has been working without our involvement in this madness, because there's other forms of power. And they can't afford you to ever come to that conclusion on your own. They can't afford for you to do that. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Back to this COVID article. Biden will return home to Delaware, like I said, where he will self-isolate. Watch this. The White House, as I mentioned, Sabrine, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. She said, for Oriental lilies. Oh, you know I will certainly buy me some, beloved. I will. I promise you I will get me some more roses and lilies and flowers. Thank you so much for your very kind cash app. Your gifts are blessed, by the way, family, 1,000-fold. Watch this. Y'all listening? The White House will provide regular updates on the president's status as he continues to carry out the full duties of his office. Biden gave a thumbs up to reporters from the window of his presidential vehicle as his motorcade arrived at the tarmac at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas to head to Delaware. He did not wear a face mask as he boarded Air Force One. Good, Biden said when asked how he was feeling. He said, I feel good. He said, yes, he feel good, because he said, why? When he looked at the press, they told about he didn't even have no mask on. Biden, how you feeling? He said he feeling good. Why is he feeling good? Why is he feeling good, family? Tell me. Put the emoji in the chat.
You don't have a game plan.
Somebody put the emoji in the chat. Why did Biden, was he so happy?
Shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Because he was going to Delaware to go to bed forever. He was cussing everybody out at the White House saying, damn it, this is going on longer than we agreed. All I was supposed to do was get past the finish line in January when I took the oath of office. Kamala's funny looking self was supposed to take over in February. Talk black to me, somebody. Ninja was skipping and stuff. He didn't have no COVID at that time. Talk black to me. Y'all better see how the media lie. Listen. Y'all listen? Later, Biden said in a message posted on X, formerly Twitter, that during his isolation, I will continue to work to get the job done for the American people. The way he's doing that is by, somebody put the emoji in the chat. Somebody put a bed in the chat. Somebody put some cover in the chat. Somebody put a moon in the chat. Somebody put any kind of emoji that's got to do with yawning and sleep and stuff. And relaxing. Kimmy, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Somebody tell me, why was he happy and skipping when he was headed out? That's right, Cara. Cara put like 10 Z's. Yes, the Z's works. He's getting some Z's. Thank you. Thank you for the moons. Thank you for the beds. Thank you for the Z's. It's bedtime forever. Like he told the world last year, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm bringing this up because, as I mentioned this before, I told y'all before, fool, if Joe Biden is acting like this, who is running the country? The shadow government is who's running the country. Are y'all hearing me? Yes, good night. Somebody put some bottles in the chat. Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Watch this. It's the third time the 81-year-old president has tested positive for COVID. When did they tell us it was? When did they tell us about the first 2 times on a consistent basis? Voluntarily. How many of y'all remember them ever admitting that Joe Biden had COVID a bunch of more times before that? Remember that was show blasting across the news when Jill had it. This is another reason the Democrats are liars. The Republicans are liars too, because they went along with the COVID stuff. Why y'all lie to us about the shots? Y'all got the shots, the boosters, the triple and quadruples. How many of y'all remember that I did news a long time ago where the White House admitted the fact that they was reaching out to influencers. So a lot of influencers that y'all heard encouraging us to go do that, that was actually encouraged by the White House. How many of y'all know that some of them was actually giving money and resources? Now the article is giving us all the details. Biden first tested positive July 21st, 2022, and experienced mild symptoms. 9 days later, he tested positive again in the virus, quote, in a virus rebound. They call it a virus rebound. That patients treated with the antiviral medication, Paxlovid, or whatever that is, sometimes experience, his doctor said. The latest positive test came when Biden was in Nevada for a series of events, including the Unidos U.S. annual conference in Las Vegas. Biden was scheduled to speak to the group, which is the nation's largest Latino civil rights organization, but he did not come to the podium as scheduled. Regrettably, I was just on the phone with President Biden, and he said he shared his deep disappointment at not being able to join us this afternoon. The president has been at many events, as we all know, and just tested positive for COVID. Janet Maguria, whatever this lady name is, president and CEO of Unidos USA. No, this is a trick. They knew he wasn't coming because he was going to act like a bumming fool and confuse all the Hispanic, Spanish-speaking people anyway. So it wouldn't have nothing to do with no language barrier. They have to do with Spanish. The language barrier would be because of the mumbling and mumbling that none of us don't even understand. The language barrier will have nothing to do with the Spanish and English difference. It's all about the mumbling and the bumbling. No, that was a trick. So what they did was, so the Hispanic people wouldn't be turned off, they set up the whole event so they would feel like, hey, he love us, he coming. So they didn't want the Hispanic folks turned off, so they still set up the whole event. They had plotted in the first place that he wasn't coming. And they was going to put it on COVID. And they made it convenient by it being near over there in Nevada, so his butt can be in Delaware. No, that's not how that works. When you've been to White House all them years, they don't take you to Delaware. Do you all think that if he was sick and tested positive, they would just throw him in Delaware without having all of the Secret Services do all the stuff they're supposed to do, all the doctors in place, all the food, the culinary staff in place, all of the other extra security and stuff? Don't you all know that before the Secret Service go anywhere, they work with local police, state police? Y'all, come on now. Don't be stupid. Y'all know they know how to isolate by himself in the White House. How do we know that? Because the article said he had a couple more times before that while he was in the White House. Y'all, they think he's stupid. Y'all, why are you trying to play us like that? If y'all just now admitting openly, without being coerced, to admit that he had COVID a couple of years ago, a couple of different times, where was he isolating then? Y'all didn't ship him to Delaware? Y'all know R0land is bouncing around, bumbling and fumbling, just devastated. Y'all know that, don't you? R0land was out there fussing and screaming and hollering with other black folks, talking about how we need to shut up, talking about it's gonna be anybody other than Biden. And now R0land, who's from the underworld, an unrespected region of the underworld, is just bouncing around aimlessly, devastated. And hell, while the ball rolls, some of us like to play kickball with his crazy self. We see him coming, we just go to kickball. Get you. Kick it with all your might. Watch this. Listen to what it says. We understand that he needs to take precautions that have been recommended, and he did not obviously want to put anybody at risk, she said. Y'all know this is a load of you know what? Shortly before testing positive, Biden was taking selfies and talking to customers at the original Lindo Coacon restaurant as he campaigned in Las Vegas before he was set to appear at Unido's U.S. conference. All that was a setup. The White House released a note from Biden's doctor, Kevin O'Connor, who said the president had upper respiratory symptoms, including a runny nose and non-productive cough with general, what is this? Malaise, is that it? Biden's symptoms remain mild, the doctor said, and his respiratory rate is normal at 16, his temperature is normal at 97.8, and his pulse is normal at 97%. He felt okay for his first event of the day, but given that he was not feeling better, point of care testing for COVID-19 was conducted, and the results were positive for the COVID-19. What? What? It said he felt okay for the first event of the day. So he caught COVID midway, right before the second event. Y'all better read through these lies. So just a couple of minutes in between the two events, he caught it. It said he felt okay for the first event of the day. But given that he was not feeling better, point of care testing for COVID-19 was conducted. So when he said, oh, I don't feel good, the same day, he did an event. Y'all, Vicki, please move on. Biden's positive COVID test comes amid a crucial period in his re-election campaign against former President Donald Trump, who on Monday was formally handed the GOP nomination. Biden's diagnosis, which could take him off the campaign trail, was for several days, punctuate what's been a brutal stretch for him that began with the disastrous June 27th. Y'all see how the media do these tricks? It's a setup. This was planned. Talk black to me. And y'all know R0land and all the rest of them that wasn't in on it until late. Y'all know they feel real stupid. And every time we, the real black media, tell y'all the truth about what's going on, what does R0land do? How many of y'all remember? Now, I know and other black media folks have been covering this, and shout out to them for doing so. Watch these first few seconds of what R0land did. Was it even 2 weeks ago? I was looking for the other clip to this, but I'm just going to use someone else's clip. Y'all listen to what R0land said. It's only a few seconds. Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Democrats, shut the hell up, get your asses in line, and focus on winning.
Y'all, somebody put some basketballs in the chat. Watch this.
Democrats, shut the hell up, get your asses in line, and focus on winning.
Y'all hear that? One more time, y'all. I know y'all tired. Watch this. Rolling. Rolling. This rolling.
Democrats, shut the hell up, get your asses in line, and focus on winning.
He was still rolling. The Democrats didn't put him on game that they was playing these behind the scenes tricks. So just a few, not even hardly 2 weeks ago, barely 2 weeks, Roland still wasn't in on what they was planning. So Roland was still put up to cuss us out. Y'all see how the raccoons be made a fool of by the Democrats? They didn't even put him on game. They left him out the strategy meeting. Told him, you just keep your funny looking, bouncy, juicy self out there cussing out everybody for us. And then Roland was dumb enough to be on camera. Dumb enough to be on camera to say basically what an impossibility is that Biden would not seriously be the running person and not to even consider talking about Kamala being an option to anybody else. Y'all see how they keep him all the way out the loop? They don't be putting him in the loop. He be out the loop. Did y'all hear what I said? No, forget me. Did you hear what Roland said? Talk black to me, somebody. Did y'all hear what Roland said? What did he say again?
Democrats, shut the hell up, get your asses in line, and focus on winning.
Y'all, everybody ought to be putting out there to Roland. Y'all don't troll him like crazy, but just put it out there. Roland, how is it that just the other day you were still cussing us out over Biden? How is it that just the other day you was cussing out other black folks talking about when the suggestion that it might be another Democrat running for running for president, the Democrat nomination? You cut them off to make yourself look like an expert. Roland, are you upset that you just left the White House from an event not too long ago? You've been covering Kamala's little events and they didn't tell you, they didn't put you on game. They made you look like the fool that you are. Just a bigger one, if that's possible. We don't even, I mean, that might be a impossibility to be a bigger fool. Biologically. If that's what your kind of species call yourselves. If y'all use biological phrases. As a human, I throw out the word biological, physiology, physiological. I use those phrases sometimes when I'm referring to my material avatar. But I don't know what the region you from. I'm not sure if that's what they call it, but just to make things easier. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Now, how many of y'all remember this? All this is under the Copyright Act, family, with Roland's funny looking self. All this is under the Copyright Act. I want to remind y'all, when we be telling y'all what's going on, we be giving y'all the game for real, right? Or what's going on, right? Right? What does Roland do?
Burn sold us out.
What does Roland do?
Black people sometimes, because you say I'm not gonna vote for them just because they black. When they black and they got a college degree and a PhD, you got a problem with that. When they black and they are activists and they are advocates, you got a problem with that. The question is the white man's ice cold?
And again, since I'm just gone ahead in there, same thing. Loudmouth Vicki Dillard. All they do is run their mouth. And again, you got black folks who run it. This is for the governor of Louisiana, second blackest state.
Y'all see him put up my channel here at VickiDillard.tv when he on this panel talking? Now, this was some months ago now. Remember, Roland can't keep my name out of his mouth. I'm connecting some dots here for a reason. So Roland can't keep my name out of his mouth. So y'all wonder why I keep giving him this everlasting word, because he is an enemy to black folks. That's why I do that. That's why I do it. He's an enemy. Now, what was R0land mad about just a few months ago when he was calling me a loud mouth?
Yeah, I see her talking about Kamala Harris, dogging Joe Biden, saying Clyburn sold us out, saying DNC chairman flees if the Black Americans confront him, all this sort of stuff. I don't see nothing on here about the brother who's running for governor. And so all I'm saying to all of these so-called super Black people, where you at? Because see, you can't keep saying you want this. To your point, Gary, well, who's going to do it? So let's be real clear. We know what Jeff Landry not going to do. We know exactly what he is going to do that's going to be oppressive to Black folks there in Louisiana. And so, yeah, I'm purposely name calling all these folks who run their mouths. They love doing videos about me, but it's amazing when it's time to put.
This ninja did a video about me. Y'all look. Watch this. Look what y'all look. Look what his thumbnail is. Look what his thumbnail is, family. I want y'all to look real close on the thumbnail for that video. Look at the thumbnail. Look how he got me in that thumbnail. Y'all look. Look how R0land got me in that thumbnail. All the criticism he had of me. Listen to all the criticism he had of me. You can't call me no liar. What was he mad about Vicki for? Listen to the broadcasts that pissed him off about me.
Yeah, same thing. Loudmouth Vicki Dillard. All they do is run their mouth. And again, you got Black folks who run. This is for the governor of Louisiana, second blackest state. On here, I see her talking about Kamala Harris, dogging Joe Biden, saying Clyburn sold us out, saying DNC chairman flees if the Black Americans confront him. All this.
He did flee, fool. Everything R0land is mad about, all my broadcasts that I did, he's mad about the ones that I did on Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, the Democrat Party. Y'all see all them things, all the videos he listed had everything to do with the Democrat Party. Do y'all see that? R0land, they just made a fool of you, fool. R0land, who's from the underworld, they made a whole fool of you, fool. They didn't even put you on game. They still had you out there just a few days ago. Y'all, it's barely been 2 weeks. What did R0land say? Barely 2 weeks ago? Hold on, let me find it again. I gotta use somebody's video. Listen, what did he say barely 2 weeks ago?
Democrats, shut the hell up, get your asses in line, and focus on winning.
Just the other day, R0land, they still had you out there doing what? They didn't tell you Biden.
Democrats, shut the hell up, get your asses in line, and focus on winning.
See, that's a different kind of breed. That's a different kind of character from the movie The Help. In fact, I'm going to have to start calling this episode The Helpless. Somebody say helpless. Somebody say the helpless. You coons and bootlicks, boy, y'all some helpless. Y'all ain't even the help no more. Y'all the helpless help. Hell. Family, let me tell you something. The reason why the powers that shouldn't be continue to attack your sister, and the reason why we keep making a fool of them, do you all know a part of that is because we always up on game because of our spiritual connection and the unseen government that powers us. I am doing another free offering that I'm giving to the public. I said another free offering. How many of y'all see a link? My moderators, y'all see the link pinned at the top? Let me look. I'm trying to clear my screen because I can't even see the top. I got to clear this. Okay, it should be pinned at the top, family. On August 8th, 8-8, that number 8-8, that means that's Lionsgate. How many of y'all know that's what that means? Lionsgate, family, is considered to be a very auspicious day because of some of the celestial bodies, the dance that they're doing there. I like to say that the celestial energies that also have an influence on Earth, they're conducting a divine council because it's going to influence our lives for years to come, possibly. But how many of you all know that when you know the plan of the council in the celestial body, when you're a true magician and alchemist, you know how to tap into those energies so that you're able to also have influence in what's to come. That's the reason why I'm deciding on that very auspicious day, family, to conduct what I'm calling, the event is known as Lionsgate, but it's my Lionsgate portal webinar. I'm going to be teaching you how to turn your house into a divine portal. I'm going to be teaching you how to turn your house into a headquarters. It's free, no obligation. But a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about offline, because I'm going to be exposing a little bit about them folks. I'm going to be talking about the shadow government a little bit in this convening. And I'm going to give you some practical things on what you can do to teach you where power really comes from, so that we together offline can have these discussions and implement and activate our supernatural power. Do you know that that's what gives us our edge over being a powerful nation and country, and over having access to nuclear weapons and having traditional reserves? But the reason why I'm conducting our own high council war room offline with us is because the angels told us that one can put 1,000 to flight, 2, 10,000 to flight. What does that mean? That's just ancient language to tell you that one can be effective on their own, but if you add another dedicated soldier to it, you can more than 10 times that effect. And we're specifically doing it on that auspicious day. I don't know what no other spiritual group is doing. Vicki don't know nothing about that. I'm telling you what I was divinely guided to do for you. And I'm going to reveal some information to you. Everybody knows that I put it down because I'm telling you the information from another dimension. And I'm going to give you practical information so that you can turn your house into a divine portal of protection, power, wisdom for your unique purpose and plan, and also for your entire household. And this has everything to do with even the upcoming elections and us wielding our power and becoming more effective. Click that link above. Send, copy and paste that link. Register today. It's free. Family, when you register, make sure you mark your calendars and do not miss it. Don't be asking me about no replays. Our last event, almost 1,000 people came. And way more than that registered. And a lot of them was mad lady because they say, well, I thought I was going to be able to use the link later. I thought I was going to be able to at least watch it later on that day, even if I missed it. No, you got to be there live. I'm doing it in the evening on a Thursday. Whatever you planning, you better be planning to be there, because this has everything to do with the prosperity, the protection, and more importantly, your divine bloodline and legacy for years to come. Click that link above and be sure to join and register today. It is free. It is no obligation. Now, family, I wanted to talk to you about the fact that they're even rumoring that Joe Biden might resign. Because remember, they all told us in the beginning that it was an impossibility. Remember, don't forget that they propped him up and lied to us when they had already schemed and planned something totally different for a long time now. Don't forget they played us, and they even played their bones and biscuits and their raccoons. You got to understand that we're so powerful. Our demands, we're seizing the narrative so much that the Democrats are doing something extremely catastrophic, because they looked at also the numbers and realized that they were losing us. Remember, we made them nervous the last presidential election. It was too close. How do we know that? How do we know that they were concerned? And how many of y'all know they was plotting from the jump? How many of you all know that the Democrats were plotting from the jump to usurp and to supplant the black voting bloc that was already pissed at us in the first place? Somebody say, prove it again, Vicki. What video has Vicki been playing for you for the past few years since Joe Biden was in office? What did Joe Biden say after he clinched the nomination? And when he was ready to take the oath of office, about 2 or 3 months before he took the oath of office, after it was official, Joe Biden slipped up and told us the plot when he met with so-called black irrelevant leaders in a Zoom meeting.
Not just because of African Americans.
What did he say?
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me?
Listen.
Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics who
Did you all see? They was already plotting then. Joe Biden said this a couple of months before he took the oath of office, family.
Yeah. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Who make up a larger portion than y'all do. The Democrats been plotting. They have been plotting and they have been punishing us. They have been intending to retaliate against us because their most faithful bloc was starting to turn against them for the past several elections. Are y'all understanding that? Right after he got that election, because it was so close, he was pissed and he took out his anger on us. And that's when he prophesied the truth about the doom of America.
Country is doomed. This country is doomed.
What?
This country is doomed.
Say it again.
It is. This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
He was real salty, wasn't he? He was salty after officially becoming president of the United States. And the Democrats were already plotting and planning to replace us. They were already looking forward to this invasion of the borders. They were already looking forward to punishing and retaliating against Black folks. And he told you that right after it was official that he would be the next president of the United States. And when he was waiting for that January to come around so that he could take the oath of office. Don't you ever forget that. That was the Democrats that were already plotting to democratically have us overtaken. And guess what? They continued to wait to see where we return on things. So they started to look at us. They started to look at our Black Chicago brothers and sisters showing out. They started to look at us showing out in New York. They started looking at us showing out in this. They started looking at us showing out, calling on the disparities. In fact, they was getting everybody all these tangibles but us. And they said, no, it's official. Forget them. We're going to mess up the whole ticket just a few months if necessary. I'm saying this is what they're willing to do. We're going to see what they do to put them in their place, because we're in trouble for real. And we're not sure that we're going to be able to come out even by the skin of our teeth this next election. We're going to show them. Y'all better understand that. This is about their survival, and this is about punishment against us. And some of them have been plotting this from the beginning, as Joe Biden slipped up and told y'all the plan from the jump. And I have been playing that video for how long, family? I don't care what a lot of the topics was. How many of y'all know Vicki was constantly playing this video? And I don't want you to ever forget it. And the truest, most accurate part of what Joe Biden said was at the beginning of that clip. If you didn't hear nothing else he said, he prophesied this part correctly.
This country is doomed. This country is doomed. This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white.
Notice, did y'all notice when he was saying how he was basically telling you the game plan of how they're going to have the Hispanics take over? They're going to make allies with them to keep them in power. Screw Black folks. How come he didn't say that America is screwed or doomed because of Hispanic people? How come he didn't say America is doomed because of some other people group? He sat up there and admitted that Hispanics, he said, they're going to outnumber us soon. So why didn't he say that America is doomed because of them? Do you know that the blackest melanin is the greatest threat to the white supremacist? I'm trying to tell y'all, this is also about punishment, because they were pissed at us, and the Democrats were planning to come against us, and they strung us along this whole time to keep us in place, and they used their Black bootlicks and their Black talking heads and their Black shields to try to keep some of us in place. And the reason why they can't stand me and some of the other ones, that's the reason why they consider some of us to be their greatest enemy. And he told you all they were already planning some of this, at least some of the Democrats, before Joe Biden even took the oath of office. over 3 years ago. Family, now is our time. We are making real gains. And I want you all to stay tuned to those of us that are alternative Black grassroots media. And I want you all to get engaged. And I want you to take the information that you hear from us and try to figure out a way to practically implement these things that we are telling you. I got to run right now. I know it's really late. I know I just popped in on you all. Thank you all who came in. Thank you all for tuning in. Those of you that joined us late, be sure to share this broadcast. If you're not subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe and be sure to hit all notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. That's VICKI X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter, formerly on X, formerly Twitter at Dillard Vicki. You can follow me on TikTok at I am Vicki Dillard. I got a couple of Facebook pages at Vicki Dillard or Dillard Vicki. Of course, I'm here on my own YouTube page at VickiDillard.tv. And of course, you can still see some of my content on other platforms. But for now, we'll leave it there. I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do not miss. Mark your calendars. Thursday, August 8th. I'm doing it in the evening to ensure those of you that work on a regular job that at least many of you can come. Get the link. It's an absolute free offering, but there's stuff that I cannot say online, which is why I often take some of the information offline. And I'm going to be exposing some of the shadow forces, and I'm going to tell you about the origin of some of the power and how they begin to take over the government of the United States and other governments and what we can do about it, how we can spiritually, practically turn our houses into divine portals of protection, power, and divine influence. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, because it has something to do with you and your legacy and your seed, be sure to hit that link, join, mark your calendars, and don't you dare miss it. Are y'all hearing me today? I love you so much. I'm your sister with the curly braids. I bow to you. You are my bliss. I can't wait to see you again.